Our Neeme Owen vlogger extravaganza continues.
Doesn't feel like an extravaganza for
A whole episode
Batiste,
of just voiceover.
Just scant moments ago, lost an enormous
One
pot
person to
to
get
Joseph with set under set.
Indeed.
And you can see he's not at the table.
Walking around the room or something.
I don't blame him.
just hoping he gets aces.
They are posting his blind, as you have to do in Portland, and he is back. He's just reloading.
He made it. He made it in
Still
time.
played that so you can get into this one.
You can see if we can see any Batiste face. It's now been long enough that we can joke about it.
Has it?
It's been like a few minutes since he busted, right?
You
Here's
see
Andrew.
how Neeme put those chips in? That was like the cool guy way to put the chips
Look
in
at
the
the way he's
side.
wearing his hat.
I mean, he's a cool guy. But seriously, you know the side angle put in the chips
Yeah, of
thing?
course. Super sweet.
I try that sometimes.
It's hard to do.
Yeah, you gotta really. Andrew pulled it off pretty well there.
Yeah, no, he's been doing this for a while. So, Batiste does call with the 4-3 off. Bit of a loose defend there. And Andrew flops top pair. And
I think it's already over. I think Batiste already folded in his head.
What's your route? Are you thinking of going?
And you can see the cards are no longer there, much like a magic act.
For like 2 days, and then went to Austin. And then
He looks sad.
Yes, he does.
Good con, man.
I heard they got some good games in Texas.
Cost me $20.
Are we agreeing to the $20?
I've heard that too. I've heard like the whole
What, does somebody not show?
I showed
Brad and Snuggy there talking very quietly.
Yeah.
About poker in Texas. No one wants to poke the bear a little bit right now. I think everyone feels kind of bad for the way Batiste is
Yeah,
running
people
through
are
the first
people are
percent.
talking a lot more quietly than they were talking earlier.
Again, even Snuggy is not
You're attracting.
trolling Batiste, which he
No,
pretty
I'm
much
saying,
does as
you know,
commonly
it's
as
like a
breathing.
thing
Yep.
anyways. I mean,
So
I might. Well, never mind. There's Snuggy. I was gonna say I might be the oldest one here. You don't want to punish a guy for having a bad memory.
So you guys just doing like
Joseph claiming to be old,
So this is the only
like collaborative.
then limping the 6-3 suited.
I might be able to.
And Andrew must believe that Joseph's limping around is pretty weak, and he's right this time.
So we'll start. We'll get a couple tables.
Batiste wants to do something. He really wants to get the money back. You can see that he's like, okay, he's going to play 7-6.
this is just a tilty play.
Yeah, he just wants
This
the
is
money back.
This is absolutely tilt. There's nothing else you could say about that. There's no justification.
Suited, you could justify it.
Yeah, right.
Lockdown.
Suited, you could justify it. Offsuit, you absolutely can't from the small blind.
Now, not to berate Batiste too much,
No.
because it's reasonable to be tilted when you've run as Batiste has run.
Oh, sure. We're just explaining what's going on here.
Well, that's a flop for Joseph right there.
Sure is. Andrew flops second pair, and
This is going to check through, right?
it is. Andrew often has the best hand here, but doesn't this time. Well, actually, he does this
I
time.
don't know how to play.
Joseph, though, has
Batiste picks up some equity.
solid equity. Yeah, just a little bit.
Very small.
Expect Andrew to bet, and he will.
It's not as fun to be Joseph as it was on the flop. Oh, Batiste makes the call.
Calls. This is absolutely tilt.
I wonder if he's planning on making a move if he doesn't improve.
Well, I hope so. Otherwise, it's tilt either way, though. Let's
Maybe not
pretend.
anymore now that Joseph
Yeah.
overcalled.
Probably do like
In the river, 5 of spades one time for the massive tilt play.
Nope. Well,
Two pair for
Andrew improves, but he's not going to get called. I think Joseph's going to fold pretty easily.
Joseph choosing not to bet out on the turn and check call instead means he's probably not going to make a play at this or call. Like he probably thinks Andrew's got a reasonable hand, and in fact, he does.
Andrew hasn't gotten to win too many big pots. This is a medium-sized pot. It's nice.
He can get a call, but Batiste has no way to call him, and Joseph isn't going to call him. We don't think.
I mean, Joseph can beat King Jack.
He can beat 2 spades that decided not to bet the flop.
They're taking off tomorrow.
5-6 suited.
If you
Jack
just stay a
10.
couple of days, they might call.
Jack 10. That's just sort of a random Jack 10.
Yeah, I guess.
Look at
Air.
that.
He can basically beat only air.
When Andrew sees both players check twice, he might bet anything that he raised pre-flop.
Now, just for new viewers, the reason why Joseph turned over a card there is they're playing show 1, which is the winner post flop has a show 1 card. That wasn't out of sorts or anything.
You said Joseph
Yeah,
turned
you
over a card?
disguised that
Joseph
so
just
well.
turned over one of Andrew's cards.
Oh, one of Andrew's
As
cards.
Andrew did it. Andrew put his cards up for Joseph
Okay, I
to
didn't
turn
catch
over.
that. Yeah, he didn't pull a Joe Hashem.
Correct. Joe Hashem did
That was just a cool.
On an episode of High Stakes
two-card
Poker
holder.
against Nick Cassavetes. He really wanted to see Nick Cassavetes' hand, asked to see one.
4-card holder.
Nick kept saying no. Then Joe just reached over and turned both of them over. It was dirty.
Salty Joe really out of bounds there.
Thank you. Thank you. My dryness.
Same hand, but
Fold
no
this
play
in.
this time.
If I had the 8s, he had the 9s, it went that way.
Joseph referring to the super cooler from the last episode, set over set against Batiste.
Joseph saying something that
You got the
everyone
8s,
knows
10s,
and
probably gonna
doesn't help
win.
anyone to feel any better.
Well,
I mean, he's trying to
I know.
say, like,
He's trying to be
Batiste
nice.
obviously did nothing wrong, you know, that type of thing.
But everyone knows.
Well, hell, since it's
But I understand
you
what he's
two,
saying.
I just want to put a beat on.
I just want to come in second place again.
Batiste wants to put a beat on Wonka. I think that's what he just said.
I think so.
Here you go.
Well, it looks like a 3-bet's coming from Brad with the Jack 7 off.
Ooh.
He's got a little wiggle to his waggle.
I like it. 250 also.
he
No
doesn't
one's
have
going
it
to be
that
calling
time.
this one.
Damn it.
Well,
We had
maybe,
a chance, Brad.
maybe he
He's-
does. He's just
He's
fucking
calling about with
short
Jack 3
stacking
suited
down
and just
there.
getting
You all of a
punished
sudden
for it.
shrink
I
up
think
quite a
Brad
bit.
really saw the spot
Nice.
where Snuggy's calling too wide. Batiste right now is tilting and playing too many hands.
Just
Just had
weren't
to get it through
quite
one
feeling
guy.
the aces that
And he
time.
was right.
He was right.
Great play by Brad Owen.
Yeah.
People sometimes say these bloggers are
played.
tight, but Brad Owen showing us a little bit of waggle.
I already said that. You have to
No,
come
you
up with.
said wiggle.
I said wiggle to his waggle.
Right, so you're talking about the wiggle. I'm talking about the waggle. It's
Oh, so he has
completely
waggle
different.
to his wiggle also?
Well, I'm not talking about what the waggle is in reference to, like you do. I'm not
That's-
comparing it
'cause
to
that's
anything.
too personal. That's some bedroom stuff.
Whoa, whoa. Why does it have to be always? Why do you always go there?
It's poker time. It's part of the show.
Yeah, it is. we know it gets the people watching.
Yeah. Sex sells, man. All right. Poker. Oh, bad fold by Jake. And by that I mean he did a bad
Oh.
job physically folding
The way
his
he
cards.
folded,
Yeah. Batiste with a reasonable holding finally.
but looks defeated all the same.
Yep. It's going to be a while before it doesn't look that way, I
I'm
think.
pretty
Yeah.
much calling whatever you raise.
I would have much preferred a 3-bet from Snuggy there, although you might not expect too much
I
fold
hope I
equity
hit.
against
I
Batiste
hope
Yeah.
you do,
in
too.
this moment.
If you're ever
Much more
not going to
against
3-bet A7, this is actually a reasonable candidate to
And,
do it not in the big blind.
Batiste gets the horrific flop for his hand and
It's like he has an easy call on the flop.
going to get the bad
30
news.
Or, yeah, you're right. Never mind. Here's
Super
the-
cheap also.
One dealer per
Good
table.
dealer. Good little dealer.
Not
Well,
a good card for anyone on the
Batiste
turn.
could potentially win if he bets.
Yep. It's like he hates that card, of course.
This might work.
Yeah.
Depends on what snug mode is snug in.
He's just like, one time.
Just give me this one, man.
I'll take this one, you take the next one.
He's going to
I'll
show it
one this
and
time.
fold. Often, Batiste feels the need to show the bluff at this point. I understand.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully I get there today.
Yeah. Keep playing like that, you will. 4 o'clock in the morning.
Hopefully.
Snuggy, trolling has been turned back on.
Yep.
Well, you know, Batiste sort of humiliated him slightly by
Yeah.
turning over those 5s. He sort of
Yeah,
deserves
let's
anything
get
Snuggy
back
says
to
now,
it.
as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Snuggy was doing the thing where he was trying to show how smart he was by folding the ace, and
It's
Batiste
all
wanted to
good.
show him
It's
that he was
a big
actually
parking lot, no
I
cameras
understand.
kind of dumb.
But now you're gonna get humiliated
Yeah.
a little bit from here on out, right? Now Snuggy's gonna come after you again, as he did right away by asking, "Are you back to even with
I'm
that
sure.
pot?"
Yeah, the armistice is over.
Yeah.
Spray paint all the light bulbs out.
Snuggy no longer feels bad for
Really
him.
dark tonight.
Fold. Fold.
That was a nice fold by Jake.
Yeah, he looked like he learned a lesson from the last one
Yeah, he must be a avid Poker Time viewer.
because he watched that hand and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, Grant said I didn't
Good
do a
thing
good
I
job
brought
with the
my wife.
physical
I think
nature of
she
my
What
fold."
else would it be, bro?
Good point. All right. Brad's just going to call the queen 9 suited on the button, which is reasonable.
Yep.
The 3-bet is also
You and
reasonable
me,
against
huh?
the Snuggy open.
But it's
All
fine,
right.
honestly,
Let's
especially
see what
when he gets
happens.
just what he wants. Everyone else folds.
Yep.
I think he's gonna win this a lot of the time, even when he doesn't connect.
Well, he sort of connects. Backdoor
Going
flush
for Brad,
draw
good
and
guess.
a
Be
gut
nice.
shot.
It's
I
reasonable.
understand that.
Let's see if
I've warned
Snuggy
you.
if
Just
Snuggy
about.
checks. I
Yeah.
assume Brad's just gonna bet
How
this
much
right
you
away.
want?
Yeah, Snuggy really never has anything.
Look
when
at
he
that.
checks
Snuggy's
out.
folding before Brad can even get his hand on the chips.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was a good one.
Snuggy, do you need another drink?
I got about half one right there.
Okay.
But hey, you'll be the first to know when I do.
So-
I was just going to call
That's
service
split
for the two of us, and I was inquiring if you were.
He wasn't
you
gonna
as
buy you
well.
one
A
of
double
those.
hand
problem.
action
I'll take
with
it.
Snuggy was free.
Yeah, I
service.
don't want to pass up and miss out on one.
We're trying to get Snuggy drunker, apparently.
That's Brewer there trying to get Snuggy to drink more, which might be a profitable idea.
It's it's never it can never be wrong to get a poker player drunk.
Yeah, if you're playing against them,
Yeah,
it
if you're
seems like
playing-
a pretty good idea.
That's probably all right.
Thing is, Brewer himself is drinking as well, so that might reduce the impact.
Still, you gotta it's defensive.
Yeah, yeah, you got to play a little defense when you're drinking.
Free shots.
I've seen that tactic used many times in cash games. Not so much in tournaments.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Folds to Andrew.
I've never known.
Very
a
good
reasonable hand
holding
here?
for the small blind here. You're going to raise it.
Raised to 40.
I like the sizing
Kind
here.
of different range
Brew's
than
definitely
everybody
calling
else.
with this hand.
Raising
Yep.
Owen on the river too. You got paid.
Calls.
Huh?
What?
Curious to
Oh,
see how
sorry, yeah.
wide Andrew's going to c-bet. What
Mr.
kind of boards,
Rebuy?
if we get an innocuous board here.
He's been checking a lot. That is not innocuous.
No, it's not.
He must protect his hand at this point.
Crazy
Feels like a
enough
pretty
where-
straightforward bet.
Thanks, is
This
that?
is his
He
kind of
does.
a board.
He
He'd
definitely does.
normally be betting it anyway. This is an above average flop
Bet
for him as well.
45.
You can take that one down.
Take this one, $20.
Change to bet 20 and a fold.
Guess to see the good news that
No matter what, he was
not
behind.
bluffed. That's one of the reasons why I like calling pre-flop with deuce 3 off and then folding when I don't make a pair, because no matter what, I'm behind.
Nice.
I can know that. with
Poker
certainty.
advice from Jonathan Levy.
You know it with certainty, and often you don't know. You don't really know, but you can know.
Does my wife- yeah,
You
my
can't be ahead.
You know, if you want, you can get poker
Oh,
coaching
we're-
from Jonathan.
Yes.
I missed what you said.
I said, did you go up down to Portland?
Oh, no.
You said wife.
Wife.
She's got you trained.
Yeah,
Did you grow up in Australia?
I grew up in
I
Northern
heard
California.
girlfriend.
Where at?
Walnut Creek.
Oh yeah? Yeah, East Bay.
Did you think
you
he
actually
was
grow
hitting on
Walnut
you? Or
Creek?
you were very
But
clear?
So, you got a girlfriend? Wife. It's wife.
Raise.
Dude, it's a
She might
wife.
watch this.
Something about Robert Brewer's wife is being said. I'm not
Probably
exactly sure
not.
what.
Actually, probably not.
Yeah, man.
Seems like it's probably respectful based on the
2008.
So far,
style of the conversation.
everyone's keeping it clean.
So a bit. I moved up here for my undergrad and then never left.
Jake just folded
Geez,
king 10
Joseph?
off like it's the most normal thing in the world.
That is a
Big
weird
blind.
fold.
What part of Northern
Is Jake just
California?
mentally checked out of this
San
game
Jose.
at this point?
Okay.
I don't know. That's
I got a bunch of family
very
there.
straightforward.
Love that area, man.
And
Flop
look at
top
that.
and bottom.
And his opponents both have 6-4 suited, by the way.
The opponents would have been almost drawing dead.
Bet 80.
The presence of
And Snuggie, of course, would have fired at least
one and
one
two seed?
shell, if not
All
multiple
these
shells. I
might
gotta
make her
think.
think poorly of us as poker players.
Most of the time.
She doesn't even know the rules.
You
Nice,
hang out
nice
with
and
those
I ain't
legends.
bet these. I ain't,
Yeah.
I ain't
You're
Makes
putting
a lot of
friends there with
surprising
nothing.
folds, actually.
That was a
baby,
very
come
surprising.
on.
Sometimes it's sort of like a marginal, I'm under the gun and I have a hand that other people would play, but I'm not going to. Even you and I might play, but he might not. That feels like, I would have thought everyone called, but look, there's your
Yeah,
VPIP right there.
There's the evidence of
11%.
Jake's tightness. I mean,
And Batiste's tiltiness at 50%, even continuing to lead the league, even ahead of career leader
I'm
Snuggie.
not sure if
and
that's
Brad
true.
is second to lowest at 20%. That's not my perception
No.
of watching. I think it's
Most
because when he
Americans
enters the
I think
pot,
it's
he
important
tends to
also,
take
like,
very
the way that
aggressive
we-
actions.
the way
So
that
he's
people
kind of like a
say
classic
play poker is
tag,
differently.
it
I
seems
say
like,
high card,
So
one
far.
pair, two pair, three pair, two pair.
which means tag policy.
It's like you need to review yourself,
Three
man.
of a
I
guy.
thought you were referring to the movie
But, you know,
Tag.
like, you know, people
Yeah, I mean,
John
Yeah,
Hamm and
yeah,
Hannibal
yeah.
Buress.
So we'll know
Hannibal
exactly
Buress
the
is
hierarchy.
wonderful.
Jeremy Renner,
Yeah.
Fold.
Isla Fisher.
Or they always say like,
Yeah.
Others. There are other actors in it too,
Yeah.
I presume.
Raise 35.
Hannibal Buress delivers lines quite well.
Yeah,
Pretty funny guy.
he is pretty funny.
Maybe I'll have to see the movie. Yeah, probably not.
Wonka gonna play this one.
Yeah, he's not Jake. He is potentially tighter than most players at this table, but he's not Jake.
Call. Heads up.
And
That's why you play King 8, man. See, Jake. See what happens.
let's see how Wonka decides to play this. I assume we're gonna get a C-bet from Joseph on this
Ace high board, definitely.
Bet
Very
40.
reasonable. Now Wonka can raise right now and hope that Joseph has diamonds or an ace. He figures he's probably not going to get any more action, even if he just calls. So I kind of like a raise. What do you think?
I kind of like calling and leading the turn if a diamond doesn't come,
That's interesting too.
because Joseph's probably going to check back an ace on the turn
Too much,
a
Nick.
lot of the time.
Yeah, exactly.
You're trying to get paid
All right.
by
So
it.
either way, we're trying to get a second street in before Joseph
Try
acts.
to get a fold.
But Joseph has an easy fold.
Yep. Card.
But I think there was probably
no.
no reason to be won most of the time for Wonka.
I think he picked randomly.
Yeah. He definitely
Never
didn't
mind.
need to.
He's not trying to get a fold.
You raise trips, heads up there. You guys call him the pro?
He's on next level.
If I have aces, I'm going to pile. What did you have quads?
Joseph is explaining that if it was a massive cooler, that Wonka would have been in trouble. Yeah. Okay, Joseph. True.
I could have picked up
Okay,
a
ace
straight
king.
draw on the
You paid him
turn.
off.
He just asked the question, why would you raise trips heads up? That seems like
This is not a straddle. This is a
not
dead
a
raise.
normal question to ask. Like,
Joseph
so-
likes his
Wowee.
full play.
yeah,
It's not live.
Blind.
Which means
we
Brad.
got a blind raise here.
All right. That's why Snuggie
not
is
live.
opening under the gun with Queen 7. Sometimes he looks at his cards and does this
Yeah.
Hey, Joseph just flats with the 2 queens. That's savvy.
too. Yes. That's very cool.
A little too early, I guess.
Weird.
Back up, Jake.
Jake's got Jack 10 on the button here,
Oh
and
boy.
I mean, you could.
got thoughts.
I think you're supposed to raise.
yeah, he thinks there's free money out there.
Yeah.
He's wrong, but it's reasonable to think that.
150. Batiste is forced to fold the 9/8 suited. You can tell he's thrilled about it. And now Joseph can put in the raise right now, but it looks like he's just going to call.
Evidence of the slow playing that you were just referring to.
Yeah. Doesn't want to scare off his customer.
I checked it.
He's going to check dark. Great flop for Joseph.
Yep, usually ahead.
Look how much trouble Jake's in here.
I
1%.
He needs
running
10-10 or
10s.
Jack-Jack.
That's all he's got. Or the 6 of
I
hearts
gotta
on
say,
the Turner River.
there's a lot of people who don't
Yeah.
come to
Chop
play
it.
very often, which is probably because of you guys.
150, and there's a call from
Busier
Joseph.
than
He's
usual.
going to play it slow.
There are some draws in Joseph's range, so Jake
It's on
might
par, but
continue.
There's some people
Yeah.
that usually don't make
Safe
it out.
card here.
We-
Well-
Well, that's a card maybe you should shut it down on, because what does Joseph have at this point?
Yeah, he could have.
If
It's
he
really
has
hard to come up with very
any
much.
any open-ender now has a pair.
If he had pocket
or-
7s, he's open-ended and already had a pair.
Yeah.
and it's probably nice to hear.
So
And
you're going to
hearts
try and
got there.
fold out a 5? That's the only thing we can even be trying to do. Well,
Maybe,
that's
maybe
a big
like
bet.
pocket 3s or pocket 4s.
In fairness, Jake betting 400 here is
400,
repping
no,
aces,
turtled up over
right?
there in the
He's
corner.
repping a really big
400,
hand.
Jake.
You hiding from something? Waiting for the cops to come in?
What do you got behind?
Joseph
God, no.
doesn't want to
Please
fold.
don't
Jake
say
only has 610 left, so
I think, yeah, he's not going to fold.
no way.
That's all I have left. None.
The heart is a bad
I
card
got a
for
really
him.
good lawyer. I'll help you
But
out.
whatever.
Thanks. Pro bono?
Yeah, no problem. You put them on my bill.
Sweet. Come on.
He moves in.
He just moves it
It's
in.
not. It's not crazy with Jake only having 610 back. If Jake, if they both had, if Jake had like 3,000 back, this would be crazy.
Yes.
But with 610, whatever.
Well played.
Like Jake's probably not putting in any more money anyway, and we can get bluffed. if the
They're
card
both
comes.
black, but I just didn't believe it.
And Jake may feel forced to call with the ace of hearts if we
Might
shove.
be, might be.
So I think it's fine to move in there.
What's going on?
What do you think?
I think it's fine.
was trying to
I
pick
think
Jake out, but he didn't
it
have
really
it.
depends on if you think Jake has many bluffs and if he's going to continue bluffing on the river.
Yeah.
Try to show the other one. What was the other
We,
one?
the problem is we are going to get bluffed on certain rivers
Oh, they
too.
were both-
Yeah,
Like
hard-
20%
hard
of the deck
rivers.
is going to scare us. Maybe ace rivers are also going to scare
Sometimes
us.
straightening rivers.
We're not going to love a
Didn't
king
matter,
river. I
it
guess we're
could be
going to
anyway.
call on a king river.
Yeah.
We're not going to like it.
Yeah.
Really not going to like it. So it's not unreasonable to move in
A
there.
nice try. Valiant
It looks like
effort.
Jake's committed anyway.
Maybe I'll hit a 7 on the river. Chop it.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Fold. Fold.
I was never looking forward to 7. I was just looking to make
Blanca's
sure I
going to
kept
open a
my
lot of
dollars
hands on the
up
button,
side
but
bet.
not that one.
How lucky is Jake? He's so giddy.
That's all. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
Finally plays
That's all I
really
wanted was-
strong and
was the
gets
800
check
from
shoved
above
on
and
the
beyond.
turn.
Yeah.
So the guy slow played queen somehow in a way that you'd never expect.
Yeah, it's been a bad session for Jake.
so far.
Hasn't really won anything.
Did you get this?
No,
That's juicy.
nothing for
Clubs.
Snuggy. Clubs for Batiste.
Is it?
Goes check, check.
Another
Ooh,
8.
Terrible card
Check.
for Batiste.
Batiste can try to rep something. Now he's going to have to fold, I think.
Too much. I would have called smaller.
Oh, you would have gone smaller?
Oh, there you go. Snuggy's trying to put that pocket 5s right back in Batiste's
That's
face.
15 to 20.
I know.
Not that bad.
I thought for sure you were going to Joseph me and just say I'm all in. 2 queens there.
I like that. Joseph.
I don't know why Snuggy would think Batiste was going to ship like 900 times the pot there, but he said, I thought for sure you were going to Joseph me. And just say, I'm all in.
That means re-raise with the nuts.
I mean,
That's not the worst thing. Right?
I don't know either.
I will say you run better at holding than you do at Big O.
Not in a 1K buy-in. Sitting goes.
Joseph is explaining how he's unlucky. This
Yeah,
is
but
the
then the next
timing
one,
related. Not the time to say that.
He 3-bets me with 7s and flops top set against my
Apparently,
kings.
Joseph's been running bad in Big O, according to
You only win
Snuggy.
50%.
Yeah.
50%
No, I
of
played
your
4 of
sitting
the
goes.
first 8 hands.
has to flop
Ace
set
king,
over
ace
set.
king.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Just talking about a single we ran about 9 months ago.
Yeah,
when,
where
when he did run bad in that 1K
he
single.
got 8 out of 8.
Yep. That said, He's up way more than that buy-in in this. Just in that one hand against
Yeah.
Batiste, he's up way more than that buy-in. I don't really know what we're talking about here,
The part
Joseph.
was I chopped
Wonka's
the
got the
can, too, just so
sixes,
Twitter
and Batiste
follower
has
didn't
4
see him
deuce.
running
This
bad.
feels reminiscent of a different hand, doesn't it? The 4 deuce and the sixes. That's super cooler.
Oh, you were going to punish him?
Yes, it
You
does.
were gonna
Batiste
punish
had
him,
the
but you
4-7
didn't want
that
to
time,
Yeah.
but yes, it does. Let's do it again.
We don't have a 4-7 in the hand though, unfortunately.
Pocket threes are also blocking some of the straights, but could be. Okay, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. No.
Got excited for a
Yeah, that was a
second.
nice game.
Well, nobody has anything at all. It's the opposite of a super cooler.
Check.
Is it a? Is this a heater? Is that what they mean?
Checked
Nope.
around.
That is not what they mean. Checks through. It's a
Hey.
4 on the turn, and
Batiste makes the best hand.
Check,
no, he
check.
does not. Wonka has the best.
Wonka has the best hand.
Well said.
Batiste makes a better hand than he had before.
Checked around.
Batiste checks it again. I thought he might bet that time. 10 on the river.
It's just gonna check, right?
I don't know. Someone could take a stab.
At this
Everyone,
point,
everyone may think they have the
Two
best
pair.
hand, though. Or think it's possible, at least, for them to have the best hand.
see
And
'em.
Wonka's going to win with 6s.
Threes and jacks with a king. Sixes and jacks with
Almost
a king.
Batiste choosing not to show the deuce.
What is wrong
Just
with
the 4.
That tells you where this game's at.
That was one of those spots where
Hey, you're
probably
back
anyone
even
could have
now,
taken
right?
that at any point. Even
Yeah,
on the
I think
river.
that's
A bet probably would have just won it. But
I think
Owen had an ace higher better.
if Batiste bets and everybody folds to Wonka, he might consider calling
In the same place
with
as
2
that.
6s.
It's going to come down to sizing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
But assuming Batiste bet like $100, I don't think
So is
Wonka's
he.
going to call on the 10 river very often.
Not too often.
It's just like Queen 9 gets there. Batiste can be betting a king. He might even be betting a
Anybody
good
else want
10
to
sometimes on the
I'll have one
river.
of those, please. Yeah.
That's
true.
called by a bad 10.
That's true. That's true, but Wonka certainly
take
has
a man's
recognized
drink.
that Batiste is playing a lot of hands
Yeah,
since
something from the
he's run
men's
bad
section,
and
vodka
is,
7.
is taking a lot of stabs.
Why do you say that? Just because he's observant? You're
Yeah.
saying?
The
Yeah.
opposite
Fine with
of a
anything
man's
from the
drink.
women.
I'm sure he's paying attention.
He's
As long as
he's
it
a
tastes
pro.
what,
He's
like
got to
smoky
observe.
and woody and
That's right.
skinny
Got to
or
make that
something
money.
like
This is, again, sort of a
All the
murderer's
things- all the
row
things
of
that I
poker
like in
time players.
Yeah, welcome, vloggers. We
Stop
gave
by
you the
6
toughest
tomorrow.
lineup in
Yeah,
poker time
not
history.
on purpose, but it sort of just shook out that way.
Yeah,
Wife.
Sometimes it goes that way.
two
little
World
bit
Series
random.
poker final tablists sitting there. Robert Brewer
Next to each other.
and Jake Dahl both made
Yeah,
World Series poker final tables. Batiste has won a World Series of Poker circuit main.
Snuggie has won, I think, at least 3rd place in the Pokemon Go local
Yeah.
competition.
Joseph is one of the tougher players on Poker Time, and Wonka is, of course, a professional poker player who
Yep.
specializes in cash games here in Portland. So,
You show a card?
5-10 is his game, in fact.
yeah.
So it's a little tougher than
Flop,
normal.
No card.
But
No
this,
flop, no
sometimes this is how
card.
poker
Is that
goes.
really fair?
Yep.
Looks like Pokemon goes. It's
I know you
Snuggie.
haven't
But
played
yeah,
that.
sometimes you find a Snorlax and you just can't catch him.
But you got to keep trying.
You got it. Snorlax is so rare.
How many blacks do you got?
You know what you could sell your phone
Five.
Hold
for
on.
if you actually caught the
I'm here.
Snorlax?
You haven't won.
Don't-
any.
Don't say it as if you didn't hear how it was
Correct.
pronounced. You're just trying to pretend
You won
to say
one?
it as if it's a
Thank you for
difficult
the-
thing to pronounce and as if you
I
know
don't-
nothing
I don't
about
know.
Pokemon. Obviously,
Possible
if you can
not.
find a Snorlax or an Executioner,
No, I did.
I'm
You gotta
hoping you do.
go
but
ham.
It's not against me. Genuinely hope you win.
So a lot of people in this
Thanks.
deck-
Obviously.
You had a chance right there. Did he fall?
Batiste is definitely playing this hand, right?
I raised.
Sure, he's definitely still on tilts, right?
235.
He might play it even if he wasn't on tilt. He
But-
likes to. Oh well, he's
Don't make it
gonna
a
get
million.
the bad news. I
Probable
think
3-bet
Three raise,
incoming.
110.
we couldn't really see what happened there. Looks
There
like
it
it was
is.
a 3-bet.
A little smallish, but fine.
Call.
The
I
true
see.
test of tilt will be
We'll
if
see.
There you go.
he does call.
That's it.
That's the true test.
Yeah. This entire session, we've seen a man with long hair, lots of gene action on his clothing, and tiltiness.
Not the
Snuggie
entire
flops.
session, just since the coolers.
That's what I mean since this episode
Yeah,
started.
the episode, sure.
Easy bet for
Oh, we'll go
Snuggie
same
here.
bet.
Easy fold for Batiste.
Bet
I
110.
mean, if he doesn't fold, if he just check calls, it's really bad.
He might raise. He might choose to
Raising
raise.
is better,
Fold.
but probably should just fold.
He gets the good news. Snuggie. That's nice of Snuggie to show both.
Yep.
See? I can play like Wonka.
I
Don't-
can play it like Wonka, he says. Apparently when
Does
he
that
gets
mean
jacks,
you can get jacks? Is that what you mean?
get jacks, have
That
a
was
5-high
compliment,
board
by
and
the way.
C-bet.
Aww.
Yeah, no problem.
I think
Yeah,
playing like
probably I
Wonka
didn't
means
go like
folding
this
the
with my
other
chips.
hands, not playing this one.
Yeah.
How you
I think
do
everybody
that.
plays
Yeah.
jacks. I guess there's a couple people in the world who hate jacks so much they actually fold them.
People fold jacks in weird spots, but mostly they play. And
Too big to be stuck in the corner, bro.
Look at that. Look at
Hey, John,
that
can
sweet
you mute me?
logo. Nitrogen.
Can you mute me? I was
yeah,
gonna unplug.
our
Looks like,
sponsor, of course.
Jake would be willing to get it in pre here with Ace King off. I'm pretty sure he's got
I don't know.
575.
He's going to raise it up.
35.
We saw him the first time he played on a Poker Time Cash fold queens to a cold 4-bet
Where you
from
going,
Taylor
Joseph?
when he had about this much money.
No, I was just
Back.
gonna say,
You're playing
another
2-5 though,
80%
I think.
over
That's
set?
Yeah,
10,
yeah,
so
it was
that's
different.
a little different.
And Taylor had ace king, right?
Yes.
I'm good, right?
Snuggy's gonna set mine here. Brad folded 7-5 suited, huh? No, he called. Okay, that makes more sense.
Here we go.
Thanks. Getting me ready for the flop. I appreciate
Brad
that.
had the most equity in this hand.
And,
And still does.
Still does, yes. Flop's
Gonna continue.
The pair with the back doors. Snuggy might call once, and then Brad is gonna probably call as well, but have some caution.
Jake's going to really need some help. Things have just not gone his way. Snuggy calls, and now Brad's going to overcall, understandably. Not loving it, but understandably.
I mean, any card over a 5, and it gives Jake a lot more outs against these hands, actually.
Well, a 10? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, but that is not a card over a 5. Brad,
Brad
boats up.
feels a lot better now, especially with Snuggy's call.
Those 2% on the equity is just their chop outs, by the way. Brad
If a
cannot
9
lose
comes.
the hand. That's
Yeah.
right. Snuggy's going to bet, it looks like. I guess he knows he's counterfeited. So
Yeah,
he's
he has
taking a
3
shot.
high.
Not crazy. Giving himself a reasonable price to bet here.
Jake might have called had Brad not been in the pot, but at this point,
Brad
Brad
is
min
going to-
raises. That's interesting.
That is a surprising min raise with this hand in this spot.
Bit more than a min raise.
But still really hard to get called by a worse hand.
Yeah.
Like he verbally folds with 3 high, and Brad shows the 5. Brad does not show the 7, shows the 5. That's interesting.
He's trying to get some credit for later, I guess. He has bluffed a lot.
Bail myself out of
Yes.
that underpair.
What do you think about that raise? That's a questionable raise, I think.
I think I think Snuggy's folding everything worse.
It's really, really hard. I mean, Brad has all the 5s and 9s in his range.
He's got quads.
And when he raises there, I mean, maybe he's trying to move
All right,
Snuggy off the
here's
chop.
yeah, that's what I'm.
That's the only
This
thing.
is my thought process here.
He's looking
Perhaps
at you
Brad
like
believes
he's
Snuggy
a
would raise a 9 on the flop every time,
Hmm.
giving Snuggy no 9s,
Yeah.
thinking this is the way I could potentially fold him out off the chop.
Okay.
If he's got
Yeah, but we don't
a
know.
bluff
You won't know.
or something, I'm not
I
going
would
to get any more money anyway.
And if he calls, maybe he can put in a big bet on the river.
Yeah.
Here's Wonka with queens.
It's kind of like funnier.
It's a good hand.
Why?
He'll
No,
play
you're
it.
gonna get
But like
caught.
specifically
Wonka.
to a good friend.
Tease with a nice
Yeah,
one, too.
like I'd
Yeah.
like.
He's
like
just
Brad
calling
likes
the
to
ace
do
jack.
that.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's his
well.
head. Like this
Slow-
is what I have.
It's going to be snugly.
Like slow rolling the bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. The good, the bad, and the
really
snugly.
funny, yeah.
Thank you.
Re-raise
That's a small
90,
re-raise.
fold, fold,
How
fold.
much is it? 90. Wow.
I wonder
That
if
is
he
crying
would.
for that is that. Maybe I wonder if alarm bells would be going off into Wonka's head here.
I wonder
when
if
it's only 90.
if Snuggy was bluffing, if he would size it up more.
Well, when he had jacks, he 3x'd it.
Yeah.
And here he's barely clicking it back with a caller in between.
So you think that indicates some comfort?
I don't know. It could be a really bad hand. I think it's polarizing at least. Like more polarizing than a normal 3-bet. Like I don't think he ever has jacks or 10s or 9s or ace jack suited or ace queen or anything like that here. I think it's like aces, kings.
And Wonka's putting in the 4-bet.
Not crazy at all.
$300.
Completely reasonable.
$300. Batista's now gonna hate his life again.
Let's watch. And let's all watch together.
He was really hoping that Wonka would just call because he knew Wonka wasn't going to be folding his under the gun range to $50 more.
Of course.
He was very much hoping for just a call so he could get to play the hand with the ace jack suited.
This has got to be one of the reasons why Wonka's, of course, 4-betting. Not only just that Snuggy, 3-bets a
I
lot.
really wish I could look at you.
3-bet pretty wide. Oh,
I mean, half the
He's got
time
this-
I'm really glad that I don't have to. But
It's the
this
same
time
look he
it
always
really-
has. Just put it on replay.
It's not though. Yeah.
Batiste really trying to get a read on Wonka here.
is Batiste thinking about shoving? He can't just flat.
I think he might be thinking about effectively shoving, yeah.
There's 445 in there. Problem is he's got 2 guys behind him. Wonka moved opened under the gun, and
And Snuggy raised to 90, which was weird.
Snuggy is
And Snuggy is
Really big one.
basically putting Wonka all in.
let's see how wrong.
And that's a good face right there.
Yeah, you took it.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Feeling good about your hand now?
A little less so.
Okay.
Snuggy seems very comfortable, doesn't he?
I don't think so.
Sure.
Got a 5.
I'm feeling good about your hand.
1,700.
Not lying.
What would you do, Jonathan? in
Anytime you
Wonka's
don't
spot?
snap call that, I feel real good about your hand.
Probably go with it. It's queens. It's Snuggy.
I don't know. I think online I go with it, but
Are you
Snuggy
married?
just has this air of comfort that I
No,
don't
so you
think he
have
has
to
if he
explain this to your wife or
has
nothing?
jacks.
You
I don't think he
just
does it
gotta
with
go home and
jacks.
shave by yourself. You don't get consoled or nothing when you get home. You just got to listen to the voice in your head saying, God, why did I do that to Snuggy?
I just gave you a 5.
He just seems way too comfortable.
He does.
I fold.
I don't think you can either. You put 300
I know I
bucks
can
out
see
there,
the
you're
cards,
pretty much
but I really
thinking
think I
you're
would.
the
Let's not
man.
forget we also raised. We made it 400.
300.
Oh, we made 300. Okay.
Bradley.
This is a 5-bet
I know.
against our under the gun open.
It's Snuggy though. We've seen him shove.
But
queen
look
six
at
off.
Snuggy right now.
I
And
know.
listen
Tell
to
people
him.
pull one back.
What do you think he has? I mean,
Doesn't
he
make it
has
any
value,
easier for you.
right? Like, based on his physical stuff.
I'm not 100% sure he has value, but it sure looks like he has
All right,
value.
I just
Wonka
got
calls.
kings.
It's completely reasonable to call.
I
Right?
understand why he would call. I just think
You have to.
Snuggy just seemed way too
You'd have
comfortable.
to make one heck of a fold here with queens
All right, cooler me.
against a guy who's the most likely at the table to
No,
be
don't
in
put it
without
out there.
a big hand.
I don't know,
But
but
he
with
did seem comfortable. I don't disagree.
And,
Oh,
well, that's going
shit,
to
that's
hurt
kinda
the
cool.
chances for Wonka right there, and that's it's over already.
Let's listen to
All right,
Snuggy
just hand me the rest of his
insult
stack,
him
would
now.
you?
Okay.
Nice playing with you.
story.
Owen. You get a
Winning the
rebuy?
class.
Leave it up to Jake.
God.
Leave it up to Jake.
To me?
So you've never seen him lose.
Oh, God. I
Yeah,
know.
Jake's the one that coolered you.
No one cares when Wonka gets stacked.
Top
Everyone's
set,
respectful when
1.0.
Batiste does, though.
Well, they have very different attitudes about it. Wonka's
Yeah.
smiling.
Not out yet.
Seems like, I mean, I'm sure he's hurting on the inside a little bit, but he's being classy
yes.
with it. Batiste very much exerts a lot of negative energy
Yeah.
when he has the stacking situation happen.
You see, Baptiste, that's how you get it in with top stack. Not middle stack.
Now he's
Now he's
trolling Batiste.
trolling Batiste.
Shouldn't have turned over those fives, Batiste.
Who got every middle set?
Oh man, playing with Snuggy when you're not running well and
needling
he's
Batiste.
trolling
Are you
everybody
not-
must be a
I thought
little
you were
rough.
needling
Are you really not watching the game?
You know, I've had a beer in the corner.
Oh, that's right, you're
Feel-
married.
Feel pretty
Wife.
loose.
Yeah, wife.
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 Oh no, he was needling
Snuggy.
Nick.
After you act behind you.
Say again?
Yeah,
You
but
got your
got it.
change, Chester.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Oh, that hand.
Snuggy's got a lot of chips in front of him.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
he
I tell you,
does.
this is how Jake Dahl wins tournaments.
Cooler me. Jake Dahl plays tournaments?
Raise 35. Fold, fold.
He found a way to also troll Jake. Don't know why, but that's just
You
the,
know I'm
the
playing.
Snuggy way.
Yeah.
Troll
What
everybody
happened?
all the time.
Exactly.
Who raised?
You did.
All right, let's play.
He loves to troll, no matter who it is.
Snuggy's feeling real good after that hand. You can really tell.
Check.
He's going to win this one too.
Bet.
Well, Batiste is going to have to call once for 10. He's got 2 back doors.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always a choice. Check.
Check.
Fold.
10,
15 this
15,
time.
yeah.
Fold.
No more back doors.
Batiste can know that he folded the worst hand since
was
Snuggy
good.
shows the 6.
Yep.
5-3.
No, I believe you.
Clubs.
I was just trying to figure out how to get the most money out of you with the worst hand. I figured it out.
I don't know if that's true.
I think we're even.
Lying's part of the game.
Yeah.
I was big. You're right.
yeah.
Oh, somebody's getting a tip
Right now,
tonight.
Snuggy reigns supreme, it
Right.
seems.
You can see Andrew there looking kind of like, this Snuggy guy seems a little mean.
And Andrew looks like he's like chewing some gum that does not taste the way he expected.
Let's say husband.
Like it's like
Yeah, but
black
don't say your
licorice
husband.
gum, and he thought it was like blueberry or something. You know, like
Not
ooh.
yet.
Raise.
He's just like, when is Snuggy going to get to me? When is he going to start trolling
Yeah,
me?
we're there.
Yeah. It's my future.
Oh, Harry and Fritz here. You guys should meet
No.
Harry and Fritz.
Yeah. They look like the two old guys on the Muppets.
Got 2 small pairs
They
in
sit
here,
side
along
by
with,
side and
They
play
big
video
King
games.
10 suited?
and Snuggy's definitely gonna call it the queen jack.
Well, I mean, they
Yeah,
can't.
absolutely.
One's 96, one's 94. They come here every day.
Four to the flop.
Here right now.
Probably.
Harry was over there earlier. I
Harry
didn't
just
see
left.
Fritz. Oh, Harry left.
So what do you think's going to happen here? You think we're going to get a straight against 2 pair?
It's pretty amazing.
Nope,
Nope. How about set over set?
works for me. No one has
Yeah,
a club
but
out of
90
the entire world.
What 96-year-old plays?
Somebody has a
video
club in
games?
the world.
Besides those
Nope,
two?
I've checked. Snuggy,
Snuggy just led. We didn't. It was off
there
camera.
we go, 60. 60 into 145
This is
on
a
this
curious
board.
play. Why
Is he
did
just hoping no one has a big club?
Andrew's just going to call with his set, and Brewer with middle set?
We certainly
is
can't fold.
Jake, are you
Definitely
checking on
just
the
going to
game?
call. I mean, it's
Jake,
understandable to
better
just
than
call in this
Yeah.
monochromatic board here.
Sure, we're deep,
Checking on
and
Doug.
you
Oh,
could be losing.
coaches?
Snuggy just led into the world.
Sure
with
it is.
3 clubs out
And
there.
now Snuggy actually improved to top pair.
Snuggy now thinks there's probably a reasonable chance he has the best hand.
That
He's
would
right.
be-
It is reasonable. He just
Yep,
doesn't.
he
In
doesn't.
fact, he's drawing dead. Brewer has just got everything going for him in this hand, but
It's a little scary
it's
with
hard
the
to win a big
clubs.
pot unless the board pairs.
Andrew's asking himself if he should raise here.
Yeah, he's certainly never going to
It's a very small bet from Snuggy. Maybe that's why Andrew thinks raising is reasonable, and it looks like he's got raising chips there. I understand
make it.
the sizing is probably indicating to him
Yes.
that Snuggy doesn't usually have a flush.
And now Brewer's in a weird spot where
This is a very weird spot.
sort of like, boy, you'd really hate to call this and have Snuggy re-raise. At the same point, we have middle set. We often have the best hand. We sometimes have the best hand. We, of course, can improve to a full house, and that's almost always going to be good.
Yeah, I think we just have to call.
I agree. Sometimes Andrew doesn't have us beat. Sometimes Andrew has the hand he has, or a big ace of clubs or something like that, or 2 pair.
I think Brewer's thinking this all through and thinking, okay, if I raise and then somebody re-raises, I'm going to have to fold.
Yeah.
So I don't really feel comfortable with that.
So we're going to have to put the 260 in as Brewer, knowing that if Snuggie and Andrew go to war right here, we're just going to have to lose that 260.
He, in fact, had to put 280 in.
Oh, well, that's a completely different thing. You have to have a totally different set of plans there.
With that action, Snuggie can pretty comfortably fold this hand, I think.
Yeah. If
Brewer always has him beat if Neeme doesn't.
Yeah, Brewer can't just call that with the ace of clubs alone, I don't think.
He's either raising or folding that hand.
Right. So Snuggie is, I assume, going to find a fold.
He's usually behind Andrew with the action, and then when Brewer calls, it's like definitely behind.
It's not like we've seen Andrew doing any kind of crazy post-flop raise bluffing things. There's no reason to believe that you're ahead here with 1 pair when you bet into 2 players on the 3 club 8 high board and then turn top pair and get raised and a call behind it. There's just no reason to believe you're ahead. Snuggie's taking a really long time with this. It's weird because he took a really long time when he had the second nuts. Both of these feel like more straightforward decisions. I guess he just likes to think his way through these things. That's fair.
Snuggie, I think, cares a lot about the game flow and like his mental space, and he's in a very good mood, been winning a lot of pots. Maybe he just feels like he's going to win, like he can't lose.
Look at him. He's reaching for chips here.
Is he considering raising?
Now, if he puts in another raise and it's big enough,
it would work.
He could blow both these guys off. Look at this. Is this going to happen?
Both players are hating seeing this right now.
Imagine if Snuggie makes it like $1,200. They just
I
both
think
have
he's
to
gonna
fold.
I think he's going to win.
Yeah, I think they have to fold. Andrew can't. Neither guy can call. It looks like he has the nuts.
He blocks top set. That's something, I guess. I don't know.
It's not enough.
No. I mean, it would be kind of a kamikaze random play, but it would probably work.
I don't see how it couldn't work. He's really thinking about it. Well, okay, I give him a lot more credit that he was thinking about raising rather than calling.
Yeah,
Seems
raising
like
is definitely better than calling. Still seems kind of random.
I don't like it.
Button clicky.
I think when Andrew raises you, his range is so strong. This is like one of the worst hands he's ever get. Maybe the worst hand he can have. Maybe he can have ace jack with the ace of clubs.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't even know if he can raise that.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty clear call.
I like that
Snuggie
fold.
does find the fold, which is a good fold.
Yeah. But that was cool that he was thinking about raising. All right. See
Is
if the
it-
board pairs. It does not.
Do you think a bet can go in here?
I don't think Andrew can make the bet.
No, Andrew cannot bet with Brewer just flatting. Then, so if Andrew does check, Brewer has a big decision here.
Check.
Can he get value? We know he can.
Yeah, but he's losing a lot here.
Set.
Check.
I think I have a higher set. Yeah.
I think you do.
Wow, did you hear that?
Yep.
Neeme said set, and Brewer knew it was bottom set. He said, "I think I have a higher set."
Well, he didn't know.
But
He knows that Andrew almost never has a set of jacks, right? So it's eights or deuces.
Anyway, that's the last hand.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you guys next week for more poker time.
Exactly.